It's another political question this week. I suppose there is quite a long tradition of politicians and leaders looking to me for guidance, so it's scarcely surprising that this continues in the present. I've had a message from Sir K.S. Dear Thucydides, I have recently won an election, putting me in a position to benefit the entire community, to bring peace and justice back to this fractured land of ours. And I have a bit of a problem within my own party. Quite simply, I don't understand why they hate each other quite so much, more than they hate their real enemies. Can you help? Well, Sir K., of course, in my day, we didn't have political parties of the kind that you seem to be so keen on. Rather, what we would have would be an informal group of supporters around a particular leader, someone who obviously had the sort of charisma and talent to take the city forward, as opposed to your parties, which appear to be a group of people surrounding a leader and haranguing him. But that's the way these things go. And what we have here is a very, very clear case of the problem of faction, what we ancient Greeks referred to as stasis, the division of a particular group, so that it loses sight of its common values, its common goals, and it focuses instead on the internal conflicts, destroying its internal enemies, with no particular concern for anything else. See, for example, my famous set-piece discussion of what happened in the city of Corcyra. Quite simply, faction, if it's allowed to have full expression, tears everything apart. It destroys friendships. It sets brothers against one another. And, of course, the rational moderates, the centrist dads, are hated by everybody. That you simply don't... Once you're in a situation where each side is irretrievably opposed to the other, then trying to sit in the middle and say, oh, on the one hand, on the other, there are, problems with both sides, etc. Well, that just gets you attacked by both sides. The people with the most extreme views dominate the conversation. The rhetoric escalates beyond any sort of control. Violent abuse, or what you might have called violent abuse in the past, is simply seen as entirely justifiable and necessary defense of your group against, these sort of completely unacceptable traitors. Restraint, well, that's obviously cowardice. Moderation, it's backsliding. It's an unwillingness to deal with the true enemy in the way that they need to be dealt with. Obviously, whatever our side says is correct. And even if it looks wrong, well, you interpret it in the most charitable way. Whatever they say, well, that's wrong by definition. Even if it seems reasonable, there must be some sort of plot, and so on and so forth. So the lesson, Sir K., is, well, I wish you luck. I suppose if you want to be a demagogue, these are the sorts of things you have to deal with. Attempting to stop the plotting will inevitably be seen as simply an underhand tactic to destroy the group which you secretly want to destroy, even if you claim you don't. It's a way of letting the opposition win. But you're just going to have to deal with that. You wanted the job, you've got it. The one message has to be, remember the real enemy. Poverty, inequality, the liberal democrat.